Hello everyone, my name is Laurentius Kuncoro Probo Saputra. I am a doctoral degree student from Mechatronics Engineering in RMUTT. In this video, I want to share and explain about homogeneous transformation matrix. And what is a homogeneous transformation? In a robotic, homogeneous transformation have been used as a tool for describing both the position and orientation of an object, and in particular of a robot or a robot component. Homogeneous transformation matrix let us go from one frame to another frame. They represent the position and orientation of a rigid body in space. Homogeneous transformation matrix combine both translation and rotation transformation. And in this presentation, I will focus on translation and rotation matrix. And for two-dimension transformation, in a translation, we can see like this one. We have a transformation matrix for the translation in two-dimension. So this is a transformation matrix for translation, and we can set the X and Y for the coordinate. And also for the rotation, we have three matrices here. We have three matrices here. Is for rotation according to x-axis. This is a rotation for y-axis, and this rotation for z-axis. And each axis have a different matrix transformation. This one is a 3x3 matrix, and we can input the degree here to the rotation for x-axis, and we also set the degree here in the edge of the matrix for y-axis, and also for z-axis we set the degree for the rotation here. Okay, how about three-dimension transformation matrix? And for translation, we have 4x4 matrix dimension. This one is matrix transformation for translation, and for coordinate, because this three dimension, so we have three coordinates, x, y, and z. Okay, after that we can calculate the new coordinate after translation process. This is x, y, and z old coordinate, and this is x accent, y accent, and z accent is the new coordinate after translation process. And for rotation, we also have three axis, x, y, and z axis for the rotation. In its axis have a different transformation matrix, but it's also in 4x4 matrix dimension, and we can set the degree here for the matrix for the rotation, degree of rotation for the x-axis, and this for y-axis here, and for z-axis in here. So we can calculate the rotation in x-axis. This is the old coordinate x, y, and z. After we process the rotation of this coordinate, we can get the new coordinate here. So we can multiply the transformation matrix with the coordinate, the old coordinate. It's same for y-axis and z-axis. And for example, here I want to find the homogeneous transformation matrix if I want to rotate in z-axis with 60 degree. After that, I translation x-axis with 8, and then I rotate again in y-axis for 45 degree, and translation again in y-axis with 9. So we can get the each of process has a transformation matrix. So for the rotation here, for the rotation translation, we can use the previous slide to arrange this transformation matrix. We have a rotation also here and translation. And we input the degree. This is for the degree. This is for the degree. And we also can see what is the transformation matrix for rotation in z-axis. And we can input the degree. And also for translation, we only change in this place for the 8, same as the transformation method for translation in 3 dimension. And so for rotation in y-axis, we change the degree here for the cos 45 minus sin 45, sin 45, and cos 45. And for translation in y-axis, we can change again with 9 in this place. Okay, after we already input the value in its transformation matrix, we can multiply one by one. We can multiply for this matrix first, and we can multiply for this matrix first. Okay, for this matrix. After that, two matrix we multiply and we get the result like this. Cos 60 multiplied by 1, cos 60. We for the multiplying matrix, row multiplied by column. Okay, row, column, and row, column here. And also same with this two matrix. So if we want to multiply column, row multiplied by column here, row, second row multiplied by second column, third row multiplied by third column, and fourth row multiplied by fourth column. And we get the result here. This for the first process, first matrix, and each second matrix. After that, we can multiply again. Okay, we can multiply again. I erase the drawing. Okay, we can multiply again with first row multiply by first column. Cos 60 multiply by cos 40. Yes, this one. Minus sin 60 multiplied by sin. Okay. Oh, sorry. I repeat. Okay. Cos 60 multiplied by cos 40 plus minus sin 60 multiplied by 0 plus 0 multiplied by sin 45 plus 8 cos 60 multiplied by 0. So the result is cos 60 multiplied by cos 45. Okay, after that, we want to find the this one. Okay, sin 60 multiplied by cos 40, sin cos 60 multiplied by 0, 0 multiplied by sin 40 plus 8 sin 60 multiplied by 0. So the result is here. Okay. After that, 0 multiplied by cos 40, 0, 0, 1. This is 1 and sin 0 and 0. So the result is sin 45. 0 cos 0, 0, 0 sin 1. So 1, 0. So the result is 0. Okay. Okay. For the first column, we already got the result. And for this one, okay, we can multiply sin 0 cos, I'm sorry, I repeat again. Okay. For the first way, we multiply first row with second column. Okay. Cos 60, 0, 0, minus sin 61. So this plus 0, 0, 8 cos 60, 0. So the result is sin 60, minus sin 60. Okay. Minus sin 60. And for the second row, so we calculate the second row with a second column. Sin 60, 0, cos 61, 0, 0, and sin 60, 0. So the result is cos 60 plus 0, 0 plus 0, 1 plus 1, 0 plus 0, 0. So the result is 0. After that, for the fourth row, 0, 0 plus 0, 1 plus 0, 0 plus 0, 1. So the result is 0. And we can repeat the process for multiplying matrix until we get all of matrix element. And after that, we can see our result like this one. And after this, we can calculate the value. So for the value, we can see cos 60 multiplied by cos 40. This is the result. Minus 60 is minus sin 60. This is here. Cos 60 multiplied by minus sin 45 here. Okay. So after that, we can get the homogeneous transform matrix for my process. Rotation, translation, rotation Z, translation X, rotation Y, translation Y. Okay, this is for the result. And for checking our calculation, we can try in a MATLAB simulation or MATLAB program. Okay, and for MATLAB program, I can show you this one. So for the MATLAB program, I will create for the rotation Z 60, I create the variable A. For this A, I create a result. Okay, and for the trans X8 is a B. For the rotation Y 45 is C. For the translation Y 9 is D. Okay. D. Yeah. Okay. So in MATLAB, we can set A, this one. A is a transformation matrix for rotation Z in 60 degree. Okay, we can check this transformation matrix. We input this transformation matrix to the MATLAB. Okay. Cos 60 minus sin 60 0 0 sin 60 cos 60 0 0 0 0 1 0 0 0 0 1. Okay, cos 60. But here in MATLAB we should use the function for the degree to radian. Degree to radian function for our degree here. So cos 60 minus sin 60 0 0 sin 60 cos 60 0 0 0 0 1 0 0 0 0 1. So this for the column we separate it with a semicolon. Okay, like this one. Okay, after this we can enter. So for the matrix calculation, for the matrix transformation is like this for the A, and for the B, here like this one 1008 0100 1008 0100 0010 like this. And for rotation in C, rotation Y in 45, so we can get this one cos 60 minus sin 60 00 sin 60 cos 60 00 0010 0001. Oh, sorry, this is A. I forgot. In C. Okay, this is for C. Okay, cos 50 0 minus sin cos 45 0 minus sin 45 0. Cos 45 0 minus sin 45 0. So that 0100 0100 and sin 45 cos 0 cos 45. Sin 45 0 cos 45 0 like this. And the last is D. For the translation 1009 0100 like this. Okay, after we already create matrix transformation for its process, we can get the all result with result means A times B times C times D. Okay? And this is for the result in our transformation matrix for our process like this one. Okay, and the result is same 0.3536 0.3536, and for the displays this element is 1. Okay, I think it's all of my explanation about matrix transformation in rotation and translation process. I hope my explanation is clear and you can understand and try in your own. Okay, thank you very much.